welcome to the California Music Industry Summit 2011.
Tracy Reed, the founder and executive producer of California Music Industry Summit, and I would like to welcome the next great drummer, Eric Seats. You guys rock. Thank you for coming out.
This is Mel B working with Club Ent. Make sure you tune into the next great drummer featuring Eric Seats at the helm. Don't miss it. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a great show.
What I'm here to do really is that kind of tell you what we're doing currently. I've had an opportunity to work on global websites with content as well as local websites with content, and I've had an opportunity to understand how that works and how it doesn't work and how we think it might.
So from my perspective, if you're an artist, you're perpetually in one of four phases as it pertains to online. You're either interacting for continual engagement, which is constant reach, which is another metric, which is reach, or you're trying to monetize, you're trying to sell something, or you're trying to acquire more fans, fan acquisition phase. So for anyone here, first of all, I mean, this is hard because there's so many layers to this onion, and what happens is we get thrown in this quote-unquote digital ghetto, and like they ask us like iTunes questions, or they'll ask us like, should I be online, and all this stuff, and it's like, look, it's here. Like it was yesterday you should have been online. So as soon as you walk out of here, what you need to get is just do a social audit of what it is that you got to make sure you optimize. Because all these channels, what's great about online, what's not good about radio in the beginning was that you can't really measure what's going. So now everything is very, very data driven, and you're able to see as clear as day what your next move should be, your next action item should be, taking action on your idea, and at this point your idea is the brand, the concept, the album title, the song, the harmony, the lick, whatever that is, that thought moment you have, like from that point, when you go in the studio, when you go in the booth, or when you write it down, you have to take that same creative energy that God instilled in you or whoever put in you, and that has to manifest and translate across all channels consistently, and have enough value on top of it to then warrant that relationship or that fan experience to be monetized.
My name is Eric Seats. I'm a producer signed by Timbaland and had some work with many artists, and as I heard the young man saying earlier, how things change in the industry and how I've had to revamp my thinking and my mindset, and pretty much at the end of the day not get complacent or stuck in a certain zone, you know what I mean? Paying attention to these social networks and how they have helped big time. And from that, and also toured around playing drums with such artists like Patti LaBelle, Layla Hathaway, Rasan Patterson, Tamia, different artists. But what I chose to do is I get a lot of questions. How'd you get started playing the drums? How'd you get started producing? So what I did was to start a show on the internet. It's called The Next Great Drummer, that we provide the opportunity for young drummers that want to do what it is that we get to do. We show it, we tell them and show them what they're doing wrong. It's very helpful, win-win situation for everybody. And this started 2 years ago as an idea on a napkin that I wrote on a flight. And I landed and I Googled it and it didn't exist. And so I put a little action behind the idea. And we've been traveling all over the world now. Sam Ash Music Store is one of our main sponsors. And our next show is in Brooklyn. So we started in California. And I didn't put the word America on the title because I don't want to limit the situation. So we're now traveling to South Africa in September. Just providing an opportunity to, talent is everywhere, from Oklahoma to Japan, And so don't limit your situation. And that's the beautiful thing about the internet is I was able to reach those people just via internet. So I'm here to answer any questions that you guys might have too as well, I like the discussion thing. I like all inclusive because everybody, even you have something going on that we need to know about, cross promotion all day. I believe it.
I want to throw this out there to you guys in the audience, and it's probably a real general question, but I do want to ask, what do you guys think? We know it's important to be online, right, and have an online presence and things like that. What are some of those reasons?
Not off my resume either, but we've done this with Whole Foods, we've done this with Harpo, which is Oprah's company. I've done it with Whole Foods Market, Nextel. Like, we've done real campaigns before. And now that we're doing it and using the brand, the artist has a brand, that's all I'm doing. What I did for Clorox when I was at Clear Channel, all I'm doing is taking out, water or vitamin water and inserting Creshawn, treating her as a brand and giving her a product line and allowing you to decipher the value on that. And there's tiers because there's not the same level of fandom across all people. And I don't know what stage you are as a fan when you come in contact with one of my artists. So, for example, that's why I'm a big proponent of always being in a perpetual state of fan acquisition. You're always acquiring new fans. You're always trying to set up a good mousetrap with enough value layered on top that you can then get that person's information. Right now, your #1 asset as an artist is being able to tell me how many people you can reach. But this is the thing. This is how I know no one knows what's going on. Seriously. We were in labels with, we were in meetings with almost every label, every manager that you could think of. This is real. And no one asked me this one fucking question. And it's crazy. Everyone's like, whoa, you got 1 million views. Whoa, she got 200,000. Whoa, all this, that. No one said, what's the conversion rate?
If you right here get 100 million views and then you monetize 50% of that, that's brilliant, okay? Then you can create your own rules, your own words that Danny D has to now follow. So the person who creates the words is the person who makes the money. Now let's talk about being able to monetize what you're doing, being able to make money off of it. Now if you go back, we don't look at the tweets because they're old now, but I went on a rant yesterday on Twitter because I was watching a lot of people that I know. You know how people on Twitter, they have these false identities. And they were talking, and I was wondering, and one of my tweets was, not knowing what we're going to talk about today, is that everybody talks about views without 2% of sales.
Can you talk about how exactly, because this is an actual story here, exactly how that's happening for you?
I think number one thing that I've noticed is talk is cheap and seeing is believing. I am my brand.
Can we please?
So if I'm gonna walk through all of these, I've been to 36 countries in the last decade alone, just the last 10 years, and all of the United States a few times, just traveling with these artists. And so I used to wear a lot of Nike gear, or a lot of whatever, but I don't know even the guy's last name who owns Nike. So what I chose to do was brand myself. If you're gonna see me, you're gonna read a shirt that has the website on the back. You don't have to talk to me. Most people don't have the nerve to talk to each other anyway. They're down in their phone, that's for damn sure. And so if they can read my back and just go to my site, I'm a billboard. Not only that, I will make up merchandise and pass it out for free. I don't try to sell things all the time. Some things you just gotta give away. People are gonna wear a nice hat. I got hats for y'all, by the way. And so on and so forth. You just gotta throw it out there like that. People always come and they say, well, when are you gonna get picked up by a major network? What the hell would I wanna do that for? Have you ever seen it's dramatic. It's always a dramatic situation. They wanted my kids to fight. I don't want that. There's no longevity in that. I want positivity because I believe in longevity. And I'm gonna leave a legacy with this piece, and my grandchildren will work for this company. That's my best 401k, yeah, I don't look for work, I create the work. The subtleties and nice gestures go a long way. So I refuse. One thing I noticed too, we are successful because most people in your house, when you're watching the damn network TV in front of you, most of your people, we have laptops in our laps while we watching that. I'm always on my computer. I'm never not on my computer or my laptop. So whether the TV is on or not, somebody's online watching your show, so you are on network television.
Please get online, follow us all, or follow our networks. Again, I'm DJ Backside, at DJ Backside, at Danny D, at Sean Kennedy _OAK, at Eric Seats,
like you said it.
Eric with a C. All right, and thank you guys so much for coming today, okay?
Everybody who's working hard towards their dream, keep doing what you're doing, and God bless.